guys, I am just going to do a quick video. I had a lot of requests for an up-close setup on my Fauxbonichi for the month of May, and so I thought I would just do kind of a more detailed. Now, for video purposes, I have kind of worked ahead a few days, sort of started, so just so you can kind of see where it was going, and then you'll see in the flips as the month goes through on how it kind of ended up. But I just wanted to show kind of my plan and my process, because I know there's a lot of new people to it, and I just wanted to show that you don't have to worry about the blank page. If the blank page is what's kind of getting you stuck, there are ways around it. A lot of people use the Fauxbonichi format where you have the date, the weather, etc. at the top of your page, and that is perfectly fine, and then you have the blank space below it where you can put in all of your days, sketches or doodles or journaling. A lot of people get stressed out, I can't draw. Well, technically everybody can draw. If you can hold a pencil in your hand or your foot, you can put it to the paper and scribble, you can draw. It's all on what you feel is your talent level more than what you can do. But there's always ways around the I can't draw thing. You could use stickers, you could use stencils, you could use paint, you could just do color, you could just use different colors of markers, or you could learn to draw. And there are tons and tons of how to draw worksheets and videos and all kinds of stuff out there. It's not about perfection. This is not an art book. This is your journal about your life, and your life isn't perfect, and your life is messy, and your life is a lot of times a scribble. And that's all that you really need to get down. It's the point is that the memories hit the page, not how gorgeous they are when they hit the page, because not all memories are great. With that said, and I will kind of show you, you've seen my flip through, so you can see that my style kind of changes over time. And so I have kind of come into a new layout type process that I want to try out in May. I also have, for the last two journals, I have backed my pages, and in this journal I will not be backing my pages. And so I'll kind of show you what I'm going to do. I guess we'll just get into it. I am using the Moleskine Classic. It is 5 inches, with a little over 5 inches by 8 1/4 inches. It has the dotted pattern for the pages. I like the dotted pattern because it still gives me lines to reference, but it doesn't show lines, so it kind of still has the feel of a blank page with some structure to it. So I started out with a grid because I was afraid of a blank page, and I feel like I'm growing up with the dotted page because now I still have my training wheels, but they're not so big. So that is what what I'm using for my Fauxbonichi. This will last me 3 months. You can get it if you use both sides of the page. You can get 6 months if you journal every day in a Moleskine. I found a great website, and I will link it down below. She offered different kinds of templates for doing sketchnoting, and if you don't know what sketchnoting is, just Google it. It's basically it's kind of a visual note-taking process where instead of writing out your notes, you draw pictures to trigger your memories, to remember something. So like in school, when we used to make mad notes in social studies class, we would have drawn a picture of a pilgrim ship instead of writing the pilgrim ship or something like that. But anyways, it really attracted me in the fact that it was structured but still freeform, and I really liked her templates. So I picked 2 of my favorites that I'm going to use as base pages, and they basically look like this. She has all different kinds, so again, the link will be down below, but this was the one that spoke to me the most. Not so much the stars or the scallops or any of that kind of stuff, but just the basic layout. There's also another version that looks like this, and you can tell that they're just a little bit different. So what I did is I went through and I printed these 2 twice, flipped, and so the other one looks like this. So see, there's an opposite, and then I have an opposite for this one. So I can use it all different ways, but I'm not so much worried about it being tracing out the boxes every single day and having it exact. What I want to use this for is, this is the base template I have decided to use. Now, if my pages, maybe I won't have this many things going on that day. So instead of 2 boxes here, this would be 1 box, or I'll have stickers across here. It's never going to be set exact. I just needed, for reference, a base to start with. And so these were the ones that I picked to use as my base. I printed them out so that I could basically use them as a template underneath my page. Like I said, I've kind of worked ahead a couple of days just to get it started, because I wanted to be able to show you guys what I was meaning. But if you saw my May Use It Up video, you've kind of seen my start on this. But this would be tomorrow, which would be Friday, and I just kind of got started, and this is not glued down. I just temporarily adhered it, but I have all of these cards that I would like to incorporate in. Now, if you kind of see, you can see, let me get this out of the way. You can see the base starting here. So I have this box was here, this box was here, this box was here. Now, I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. This is why this is not glued down. But I thought I liked washi tape there. So instead of having the box go all the way over, I put in washi tape. I want to use this high somewhere on the page. So instead of having a full box here, I could always put this high up here, and that would fill in this space, so I have this space left here. Now, depending on what the day brings, I could either break it into 2 boxes, I could break it into 3 boxes, or I could just leave it completely empty, and it gives me some workspace. And so I really like that. Now for me, I just simply put it underneath, and you can see through the paper. And that's how I did it. This will be new for me, because in my old journals, I always had my pages backed before I worked on them, because I didn't like the wrinkly feel of the paper. So this will be something different for me. So that will be my Friday layout. What I'm doing different this year is, this journal is not backing the pages. So normally I'd have a piece of paper on the back of every single page. So every left-hand side page would have a scrapbook paper, and it would look essentially like this. I'm not doing that this year. So this book. See, I'm stuck with a whole new year. I've just moved on. We're going to 2016. Come on, let's go. But this time I'm going to skip a page in between the days, and when I'm done with this side and this side of both pages, I will probably hook them together. I'm not sure on that yet, so I'll get back to you on whether that's what happened or not. But for now, I'm skipping a page. None of the stuff that I use really bleeds through. You do get some shadowing with Versamark or VersaFine ink, because I like to use VersaFine ink, but you don't get bleed through. So you could easily write over the top of that. I can't. It drives me nuts. I can't, all I see is that I can't see through it just to the blank page. So I'm not doing that. So I'm going to leave the back side of every page blank, and then I will flip to the next page. And like I said, for demonstration purposes, I've kind of started these pages, but normally I wouldn't do them until that morning. So now I have these two, and what these two are, and let's see if I can get it going here, are set up like this. And I can't go out higher any further, so we'll do one side more. So basically they'll look like this. This is the basic layout. Now, if they'll end up this way, I have no idea. But this was the two pages that I decided I felt good about how they looked on the paper together. And so this is the one that I'm shooting for as a layout. So basically you can tell with this one, I have a box up here that I drew in. I didn't use the scallop because you don't have to. I'm just using it for a template. And then I cut down a journaling card because we're doing the list we're doing a list a day challenge in the Fauxbonichi group, Fauxbonichi journalers on Facebook, link down below. And look at our month, it's just packed. And of course, nobody has to do any of these. It's not rules or anything like that. We just try to provide a whole bunch of inspiration. So if you run out of things to talk about on your day, you have something to fall back to. But anyways, the list a day challenge is what I'm going to be using on journaling cards. And again, if you saw my use it up box, you saw that I have a whole bunch of journaling cards that I'm going to try to get through. Well, at least 30 of them. So I went for today's list. I filled it in here. I added my date box because I really like the circles that are on this layout, so I'm trying to hang on to those and keep those incorporated. That's going to be where most people put the title at the top, the date and the weather and stuff. This is going to be my unity through the book will be the 3 circles for the date. And so you can see I have a big square here, so I have a big square here, and then I have all this open space. I don't know what else will go there, sort of. I also created a little, did you know if you take rubber cement, let it dry, put it onto a piece of paper and let it dry, it makes a post-it note? Look. So cool. Anyways, I want to add certain things to my Fauxbonichi every single day. And so I took a little journaling card, I added some rubber cement to it, and I can just stick it to my book. It doesn't ruin the pages or anything like that, but it works like a post-it note, and I'm just going to move it throughout my month so I make sure I get certain things on my page every day. So that kind of gives you the idea of the layout. Now I have this whole space around here. I could put my to-do list here. I could put another picture here or a journaling spot about something that happened in my day. I could do something, one of the other prompts that we have going down here, but I have the whole open space. And basically, I just use it as a template, and you can kind of see that it lines up. I don't know if you can see through the paper, but you get the general idea. You can use as much or as little of the layout idea as you want. It just gives me kind of a direction for my page, because when I open it and it looks like this, I go, oh my gosh, that's a lot of blank space. So this kind of gives me a direction. Now I may change this throughout and it may come up with something else. She has tons of templates that I really, really like. Let's see if I have another. I don't think I have another one printed out. Oh, wait. Nope, I don't. But she has other templates, or you can use scrapbooking layout templates or anything like that. It just kind of gives you a base to start with. Going on to the next day, I decided that I liked this one. And so here's where my list went and my date went. And so now I have all of this space. So I can either fill it in with the same boxes that are there, or I can change it up and do whatever I want. So that's basically how I'm doing the month of May. It just made it a little easier for me. It takes a lot less time for me to do it this way because I do tend to get overwhelmed, and then either nothing happens or I work too hard on it and then nothing around my house happens. So this just kind of took some of the thinking out of it for me. So like this is Saturday, this would be Sunday. I'm going to have the blank pages behind it. Now going into the next week, my goal is to also use up that Webster's paper pad that I showed in my Use It Up challenge. So on Monday, since there's 7 days in a week and want to keep the numbers even, I will cover this side of the page with another piece of that paper, and this will be Monday. So I'll pick out the next layout. I already have it picked, and I'll get started on my list, and that's how that's going to go. And I'll use up a little bit of this, and that starts my week, and it just will repeat for the entire month of May. And if I like it, it'll repeat for the entire journal. So that's kind of what my layout, my setup is. I hope that gives you some ideas. It just kind of takes, if you're scared of the blank page, this kind of stuff just takes the fear out of it. It's a lot easier to fill in little boxes than it is a big page. Your brain goes, oh, I could, you know, put went to the dentist here, or I could put laundry there, or whatever your day is. Once you have zones to fill in, it gives you a little bit of tooth to start with. So yeah, that is my layout idea, or layout idea for May. I hope that gave you some ideas, comments, questions down below. You know how that works. This is, again, we've got a ton of stuff going on in the Fauxbonichi Journalers Facebook group. If you are lacking inspiration, we've got it for you. We have monthly, we have weekly, we have all kinds. So I hope you guys will join in with that. Link will be down below. I will also put the link to the lady, I can't think of her name right now, of course, because it was important. But I'll put her link and information down below where you can get templates like this too. She has lots of different kinds. Also, if you type into like Pinterest or Google Sketchnotes, a lot of different information will come out on that for layouts also. So I hope that helps you guys. Have a wonderful month of May. We will see you at the end of it to see how our flip goes. Although I think I'll probably do one around 2 weeks, so that kind of, it makes them not so long. Have a great day, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.